All right, welcome back. In our last explainer, we talked about a database being like a giant, super organized library. Well, today, we're going to learn how to actually walk in and ask that library for a specific book. We're covering the two most fundamental words in all of SQL, select and from. And by the end of this, trust me, you'll be writing your very first queries.
Think about it. Databases today can hold millions, even billions of records. It's this vast, swirling sea of information. So the question is, how do we even begin to talk to it? How do we ask it to pull out that one single tiny drop of data that we actually care about? Well, that's the exact problem SQL was invented to solve.
So, let's meet our guinea pig for today. This is our customers table. It's pretty simple, right? It's got an ID, a name, age, salary, and where they live. Now here's our goal. We only want to see a list of customer names and their ages. That's it. For right now, we don't care about their salary or what city they're in. So, how do we ask the database for just those two columns? To ask that question, we have to speak the database's language, and that language is SQL, Structured Query Language. It's basically the universal way we chat with almost every modern database out there.
To get even more specific, the part of SQL we're using today is called DQL, which stands for Data Query Language, and it does exactly what it sounds like. Its whole job is to query or ask for data that's already sitting in the database. It's the dialect we use when we have a question.
And within that dialect, there is one single command that is the absolute king. It's the cornerstone of pretty much everything you're going to do. It's the word you will type more than any other, and it's called select. This is where every single question starts.
Okay, so let's break this down. Our first command, select. This is always the first part of your query, and it's all about answering one simple question. What information do you want to see?
Think about it like you're back in that library. You don't just walk up to the librarian and say, "Give me information." No, you get specific. You say, "I want the book's title and the author's name." Well, select is you doing exactly that. You're telling the database, "Hey, out of all the columns you have, these are the only ones I want to see."
And this is where select gets really useful. On the left, you can see we can be totally laser-focused. We can say select name, age, and that's all we'll get. But what if you're just exploring? What if you just want to see everything? Well, that's where that little star symbol on the right comes in. Select star is the universal shortcut for give me every single column you've got. It's super handy. So we've told the database what we want. Great, but that's only half the puzzle, right? The database's next logical question is, okay, but where do you want me to look for it? And that is the job of our second command, from. Let's jump back to our library one last time. After you tell the librarian you want the title and author, you have to tell them the name of the book, right? The from clause is you doing just that. It's you telling the database the exact name of the table you wanted to pull that information from. You can't just select columns out of thin air. You have to say where they're coming from. And that's really it. That's the beautiful two-step logic of your very first SQL query. Step 1, select the columns you want. What do you want to see? Step 2, tell the database where they are from. Where is it? What and where? That's the whole game right there.
Okay, enough theory. Theory time is officially over. Let's put these two building blocks together and write our very first real, live, working query. Let's ask our database for the name, the age, and the country of all of our customers.
And here it is. Just look how clean that is. It's a perfect translation of our question. Select name, age, country. That's the what. From customers. That's the where. We are asking, crystal clear, for 3 specific columns from one specific table. That semicolon at the end, that's just us telling the database, okay, that's my full command. Go. And when we hit enter and run that simple 2-part command, the database gets to work and gives us this. And this perfectly shows the power we now have at our fingertips. And there you have it. Now, look closely at what we got back. More importantly, look at what we didn't get back. There's no ID column. There's no salary. There's no city. We got exactly what we asked for. Nothing more, nothing less. Just the name, age, and country for every customer. That is the incredible precision of writing a good query. So why is this such a big deal? Who cares, right? Well, Because select and from aren't just little commands you've learned. What you've just done is the absolute rock-solid foundation of all data analysis, all data science, pretty much everything. Before you can do any of the fancy stuff, you first have to get the data. And now you know how.
And hey, you don't have to take my word for it. IBM themselves put it perfectly. SQL has become the backbone of modern database systems. Think about it. Every single time you use an app on your phone, or check a website, or look at your bank account, it's almost guaranteed that queries just like the one you literally just wrote are firing off in the background, fetching your information.
So let's just recap what you've actually accomplished here. You can now officially read data from a database. You understand the two most important commands, select and from. You get that this is the starting line for all data analysis. And, most importantly, you have officially written your first real SQL query. Seriously, congratulations. That's a huge step.
But this brings up a new question, doesn't it? We're great at selecting columns now, but right now we're getting back all the rows. We're getting every single customer. What if we don't want every customer? What if we only want the ones from the USA? Or maybe just the ones who are over 30? How do you start to filter your results? Well, that is the perfect question, and it's exactly what we're going to cover in our next explainer. See you then.